Let me tell you something right now, and I want you to listen closely because this is real talk. Love isn't what you see in movies. Love isn't what you hear on social media or read in some fancy quote someone slapped on a picture. Love is tested in real life, in real situations, in moments when life gets messy and you feel like nobody's got your back. Now, there's a truth you need to know, and I want you to hear it loud and clear. A person who truly loves you will ask you two very important questions. Two questions that separate real love from just someone's idea of it. And if you pay attention, if you really pay attention, you will never be fooled by fake love again. The first question they ask is, are you okay? That's it. Seems simple, doesn't it? Just 4 little words. But I'm telling you, those 4 words carry the weight of 1,000 actions. When somebody genuinely loves you, they want to know how you are. They're not just asking because it's polite or because they feel obligated. No, they ask because your well-being matters to them. Your smile, your mood, your peace, your struggles, all of it matters to them. They want to know because they care. They want to know because they're invested in your life. See, here's the thing about love. Anyone can show up when things are easy. Anybody can celebrate with you when you're winning, when life is smooth, when the check clears and the champagne is flowing. But real love shows up when you're down, when life hits you hard, when bills are piling up, when dreams seem far away, when pain shows up at your door. That's when real love asks, are you okay? Not just once, not just to check a box, but consistently. Because love isn't a one-time gesture. Love is a lifestyle. Love shows up over and over, day after day, moment after moment. And when someone is truly in love with you, they notice when something is off. They notice when you're quiet, when your energy changes, when your light isn't shining as bright as it should. They notice because they care more about your heart than their own convenience. Now, I know a lot of people think love is all about passion, all about chemistry, all about fireworks. And don't get me wrong, those things are nice. But passion without care is dangerous. Chemistry without concern is temporary. Fireworks without consistency will burn out fast. The first question, are you okay, is love checking in. It's love seeing you as more than a companion, more than someone to fill time with, more than someone to show off. It's love acknowledging your humanity, your emotions, your struggles. And if a person doesn't ask this question, then baby, you've got to ask yourself who you're really with. The second question is even more telling. It's the question, what can I do for you? Now that right there, that question separates those who just like you from those who love you. Because when someone asks you this, they're not thinking about themselves first. They're not thinking about how you can make them happy, how you can fill a void in their life, how you can serve their agenda. No, they're thinking about you. They're thinking about your needs, your burdens, your dreams, your happiness. And that is real love. Real love is sacrificial. Real love is given without expecting anything in return. Real love says, I see you struggling. I see you tired. I see you fighting, and I want to help. I want to carry a part of that load for you. It's the difference between saying, I love you, and showing it. Anyone can say, I love you. But not everyone is willing to step up, roll up their sleeves and ask, what can I do for you? Not in a vague way, not just because they feel guilty, but in a sincere, committed way. Because love that is true is active. Love that is true wants to ease your pain, wants to give you strength, wants to lift you up when you can't do it alone. Let me tell you something else. Love is not about control. Love is not about checking in so you don't mess up or so they can micromanage your life. Love is about support. Love is about partnership. When someone asks, what can I do for you? They're saying, I am here. I am committed. I am willing to help. I am willing to put in effort, time, energy, and even sacrifice because your happiness matters to me. And when you find someone who asks this question, you hold on to them because those are rare. Those are the people who don't just want you when it's convenient. Those are the people who want you when it's messy, when it's hard, when life is throwing storms, when everything else is falling apart. Those are the people who love you without hesitation, without strings, without conditions. See, too many people mistake love for attention, for flattery, for gifts, for texts and calls. But let me tell you, attention can be fake. Flattery can be empty. Gifts can be bought. Texts and calls can be automated. But questions that come from the heart, questions that show concern for your well-being and a desire to serve you, those can't be faked. Those are proof of love. That's why these two questions are so powerful. They reveal the truth. They show you the person's heart. They show you who is truly in your corner and who is just passing through. And you've got to understand something. Love is not selfish. Love doesn't think about what it can get out of you. Love thinks about what it can give to you. Love thinks about how it can make your life better, easier, happier, safer, more fulfilled. And these two questions, are you okay? And what can I do for you? They're not just questions. They're statements of commitment. They're evidence of devotion. They're the language of a heart that chooses you over and over again, no matter what. Now, I know some of you out there are wondering if this really matters. If your partner hasn't asked you these questions, does that mean they don't love you? Well, it's not about blame. It's about awareness. It's about recognizing the signs of true love and learning to see when love is missing. Because life is too short to be with people who only love you in words. Life is too short to waste your time on people who don't see you, who don't care about your struggles, who don't ask how you're doing, who don't ask how they can help. And when you recognize those two questions, when you start paying attention to them, your love life changes. You stop settling for mediocrity. You start demanding the respect, care, and effort that you deserve. You start recognizing that love isn't just about the fun times, it's about the tough times too. And here's one last thing I want you to understand. If you're the kind of person who truly loves someone, you will naturally ask these questions too. Love works both ways. It's not a one-sided deal. If you're not asking, are you okay? And what can I do for you? Then maybe you need to check yourself before you check your partner. Love is reciprocal. Love is active. Love is intentional. And when you're with someone who asks these questions sincerely, you can rest easy knowing you've found something real. You've found someone who chooses you, who values you, who invests in you, who puts their heart into your well-being and your happiness. So never underestimate the power of these two questions. Are you okay? And what can I do for you? They are small words with huge meaning. They are the heartbeat of true love. They separate the pretenders from the real ones. They show you who is willing to see you for who you really are, not just the version of you that's convenient or easy to love. They reveal the depth of someone's heart, the sincerity of their feelings, and the strength of their commitment. And once you recognize that, once you understand it, you will never settle for less than you deserve. You will never confuse words with action. You will never be tricked by someone who only loves the idea of you instead of loving you yourself. So pay attention. Watch for these questions. Listen for them. Feel them. Because the person who asks these questions is the person who is truly in love with you. The person who asks these questions is the person who is choosing you every single day. And when you find that person, hold on tight, because genuine love like that doesn't come around often. And when you ask yourself, do they love me? Just remember these two questions, because they tell you everything you need to know. Let me break it down for you, because a lot of people don't get this right. Love is tricky. Everybody thinks they know what love is, but most people only know the surface of it. They know the kisses, the sweet words, the Instagram posts, the fancy dinners, the flowers, the chocolates. But real love is deeper than that. Real love is about commitment, care, understanding, and action. And one way to know if someone truly loves you is by paying attention to the questions they ask you, because questions reveal the heart. When someone asks you the right questions, you don't have to guess how they feel. You don't have to worry if they really care. You just know. And there are two questions that tell you everything about a person's love for you. Two questions that show whether someone is really invested in your life, your heart, your happiness. The first question is simple but powerful. Are you okay? Now, let me tell you, there's more to that question than just words. That question carries concern, it carries love, it carries attention. When a person genuinely asks, are you okay? They're paying attention to more than just your smile. They're noticing your energy, your mood, the way you talk, the way you move, even the silence in your voice. They notice when something is off because they care. Real love is attentive. Real love sees beyond the surface. And when someone is truly in love with you, they will notice the small things. They will notice when your joy fades, when your confidence wavers, when your heart feels heavy. They will not let those things go unnoticed. Think about it for a second. Anybody can say they love you when things are good. Anybody can be your cheerleader when the world is applauding you. But real love shows up when life gets hard. Real love is present when the storm is raging and everybody else has run for cover. That's why the first question matters so much. Are you okay? Isn't just a question. It's a reflection of someone's commitment to your well-being. It shows that your feelings matter to them, that your struggles matter to them, that your heart matters to them. And if somebody doesn't ask this question, you've got to ask yourself why. Are they really in love with you, or are they in love with the version of you that's convenient and easy to love? Now, the second question is even more revealing. What can I do for you? That right there separates love from just liking somebody. Because when someone asks, what can I do for you? They are putting your needs above their own. They are willing to step up, to give, to serve, to support without waiting for a reward. That question is the essence of partnership. That question is what shows you that somebody isn't just in it for themselves, that they truly want to be a part of your life, your happiness, your journey. It's not about controlling you. It's not about manipulating you. It's about showing up and saying, I am here for you and I want to help. Now, let me tell you something. Love that asks, what can I do for you, is love that invests. It's love that is active. It's love that understands that relationships are not just about receiving, they are about giving. And if you notice someone who genuinely asks this question, you need to recognize the rarity of it, because people who ask this question don't come around often. They are willing to give their time, their energy, their heart, and their soul, not because they have to, but because they want to. They want to see you happy. They want to see you succeed. They want to see your life improve, because your happiness is tied to their own happiness. That is real love. Too many people confuse love with convenience. They confuse love with attention. They confuse love with words. But words can be empty. Attention can be fleeting. Convenience can disappear the moment life gets hard. But questions that come from the heart, questions that show care and a willingness to act, those questions are the proof of love. Those questions reveal someone's intentions. They reveal their heart. They reveal whether they are willing to put in effort when nobody else is watching. And that, my friends, is priceless. Let me put it to you this way. If someone truly loves you, they don't just want to be around you when it's easy. They don't just want to be around you when the lights are bright, the music is loud, and everything is perfect. They want to be around you in your rawest, most vulnerable moments. They want to see you struggle and still choose you. They want to see you fight your battles and still be there, standing by your side, offering help, offering support, offering love. And those two questions, are you okay? And what can I do for you? They are the markers of that kind of love. They are the evidence that someone isn't just passing through your life, but is committed to being a part of it. And I want to be real with you. If you're not hearing these questions from the person you love, it doesn't necessarily mean they don't care. Maybe they don't know how. Maybe they've never been taught. But the point is, love that is genuine naturally expresses itself this way. Love that is true naturally shows up with concern and service. Love that is authentic seeks your well-being and asks how it can make your life better. And when you see those signs, when you feel those actions, you don't have to guess about someone's love. You know it. You feel it. You live it. Another thing about love that asks these questions is that it is humble. It doesn't demand recognition or applause. It doesn't keep score. It doesn't measure what you can do for them versus what they can do for you. Real love is generous, selfless, and intentional. It recognizes that relationships are about lifting each other up, not dragging each other down. It knows that partnership is about giving support when needed, offering a hand when someone is struggling, and providing comfort when someone feels lost. And all of that is summed up in those two questions. Those two questions are small, but they carry massive meaning. They show care, commitment, and a willingness to invest in someone else's life. And listen to me carefully. These two questions are not just for romantic relationships. They apply to friendships, family, even mentorships. Anybody who genuinely cares about you and loves you in a meaningful way will ask these questions. Because love isn't selective about how it expresses itself. Love is consistent in concern and action. Love asks, are you okay? Love asks, what can I do for you? And if you never hear those questions, you've got to evaluate your connections. You've got to understand that love is about more than convenience and comfort. It's about effort, commitment, and showing up even when it's difficult. So I want you to think about your life right now. Think about the people who are close to you. Are they asking these questions? Are they checking in? Are they offering support? Are they showing up when you need them most? Because if they are, then you've found something real. You've found someone who loves you in a way that's deep, consistent, and meaningful. And if they aren't, it's a sign, it's a signal. And you owe it to yourself to recognize it and make decisions that honor your heart and your worth. The power of these questions is that they reveal truth. They strip away the superficial, the fake, the fleeting. They show you who is genuinely committed to your happiness and well-being. They show you who is willing to invest in you, not just emotionally, but actively. And that, my friends, is the difference between love that lasts and love that fades. Love that asks, "Are you okay? And what can I do for you?" is love that builds a foundation for life. It's love that strengthens, supports, nurtures, and protects. It's love that chooses you every single day through actions, through words, and through intention. So pay attention to these two questions. Watch for them. Listen for them. Feel them in the way someone speaks them, in the way someone acts on them, in the way someone consistently shows care. Because when you find a person who asks these questions sincerely, you've found a rare gem. You've found a love that is authentic, true, and life-changing. And when you find that, you hold on, you value it, you cherish it. You recognize that this kind of love is what we spend our whole lives searching for. Let me speak to you today about something that too many people overlook when it comes to love. Love is not just about chemistry. Love is not just about romance or butterflies in your stomach. Love is not just about compliments, attention, or grand gestures. Real love is measured by care, by concern, by effort, and by actions that show someone's heart is truly invested in you. And you can always tell if a person truly loves you by paying attention to the questions they ask, because those questions reveal intentions, priorities, and the depth of their feelings. There are two questions that, if a person asks you them consistently, tell you everything you need to know about whether they really love you or not. And let me tell you, recognizing these questions will save you a lot of heartache, a lot of time, and a lot of confusion in your life. The first question is, are you okay? I want you to think about this for a moment because it may seem small, but it carries enormous weight. When someone asks, are you okay? They are checking in on more than just your surface. They are checking in on your emotions, your mental state, your peace of mind. They are asking because your life, your well-being, and your feelings matter to them. They are asking because they care enough to notice when something is off. Anybody can ask that question when everything is fine, when life is smooth, when you're smiling and everything seems perfect. But real love asks that question when life is messy, when you're struggling, when your heart feels heavy, when the world seems like it's pressing down on you. That's when you know the question is genuine. That's when you know the person asking truly loves you. See, love is tested in difficult times. Anyone can love you when it's easy. Anyone can be with you when the sun is shining and the world is celebrating. But when it rains, when life throws challenges your way, when you feel like giving up, that's when real love shows up. When a person genuinely asks, are you okay? They are saying, I see you, I feel you, I care about your well-being, I am here for you. And that's not a small thing. That is huge. That is love in its purest form. That is someone willing to invest their energy and heart in your life simply because they value you. Now let's talk about the second question. What can I do for you? This question reveals even more about a person's heart. When someone asks this question sincerely, they are putting your needs above their own. They are willing to step in and help, not because they want recognition or praise, not because they have to, but because they genuinely want to make your life better. That question is the essence of active love. It shows that love is not just a feeling, but a series of intentional actions designed to support, nurture, and serve. Real love does not sit back and wait to see what benefits it can gain from you. Real love steps forward, asks what it can do, and offers help with sincerity and commitment. You see, love is not selfish. Love is not about control, manipulation, or convenience. Real love is selfless. Real love is active. Real love is intentional. And when someone asks, what can I do for you? They are expressing all of that in one sentence. They are showing that they are willing to give their time, energy, resources, and heart to support you. They are showing that they are committed to your happiness and your well-being. That's the kind of love that builds lasting relationships. That's the kind of love that doesn't falter when challenges arise. That's the kind of love that sticks when life gets complicated. Too many people mistake love for attention, for gifts, for compliments, for texts and calls. Those things are nice, sure, but they can be superficial. They can be fleeting. They can be manipulated or faked. But the questions, are you okay? And what can I do for you? Those come from the heart. They cannot be faked without revealing emptiness. They are indicators of genuine concern, sincerity, and a willingness to invest in someone else's life. That is why you must pay attention to these two questions, because they will show you who is truly committed to you, who is truly in your corner, who is truly willing to be present in your life beyond surface level interactions. Think about it this way: real love doesn't just want to enjoy the easy moments. Real love wants to be there through the difficult moments. Real love wants to carry burdens with you, share struggles, provide comfort, offer guidance, and show unwavering support. And these two questions are the markers of that kind of love. When someone asks, "Are you okay?" they are paying attention to your emotional state. When they ask, "What can I do for you?" they are taking action to improve your life, to ease your burdens, to serve your needs. That is love in action, love that is tangible, love that transforms ordinary relationships into extraordinary partnerships. Let me remind you that love is reciprocal. If you truly love someone, you will naturally ask these questions too. Love is not one-sided. Love is not passive. Love requires attention, care, and effort from both sides. And when both people in a relationship are asking these questions sincerely, it creates a bond that is unshakable, a foundation that is unbreakable, and a connection that is genuine and lasting. That's the kind of love that stands the test of time, that grows stronger with each challenge, and that brings deep fulfillment to both partners. If you're honest with yourself, you will realize that these questions are the ones that matter most. They go beyond surface level expressions of love and get to the heart of what it means to truly care about someone. They show concern, they show empathy, they show a willingness to invest in another person's happiness and well-being. And when you experience this kind of love, you know it, you feel it. It's consistent, it's intentional, and it's life-changing. So I want you to think about your relationships right now. Who asks these questions of you? Who genuinely wants to know if you're okay? Who genuinely wants to know how they can help you? And who doesn't? Because the answer to that question will tell you everything you need to know about the authenticity of the love in your life. It will show you who is truly committed to you and who is not. An understanding that will empower you to make better decisions about who you allow into your heart and who you invest your time and energy in. These two questions, are you okay? And what can I do for you? Are not just words. They are a mirror reflecting the true intentions of someone's heart. They reveal priorities, character, and the depth of commitment. They separate genuine love from superficial affection. They show you who will be there when it matters most and who will disappear when life gets challenging. And when you recognize the power of these questions, you will never have to guess about someone's love for you again. You will see it. You will feel it. You will know it. And here's the beauty of it: when you are with someone who asks these questions sincerely, you experience a kind of love that nourishes your soul. You feel seen, you feel valued, you feel supported, and you feel truly loved. That is the kind of love that makes life richer, relationships stronger, and hearts fuller. And that, my friends, is what we all deserve. That is the love that everyone should strive to find, to give, and to cherish. Let's get real for a moment, because a lot of people out here are confused about what love really is. Love is not just about pretty words, not just about the way somebody looks at you, not just about the gifts or the nice dinners or the compliments. Love is deeper than that. Love is measured by concern, by effort, by attention, and by actions that come straight from the heart. And there is a truth that too many people miss. You can tell if a person truly loves you by the questions they ask. Questions reveal what a person cares about, what they notice, what they prioritize, and what they're willing to do for you. And there are two questions that, if someone asks them sincerely, will show you everything you need to know about their love. The first question is simple, but powerful. Are you okay? Don't underestimate these 4 words because they carry so much meaning. When someone asks, "Are you okay?" it's not just a polite gesture. It's not just small talk. It's a window into their heart. It shows that they are paying attention to more than just your surface. They are noticing your mood, your energy, your struggles, your joy, and your pain. When someone genuinely asks this question, it shows that your well-being matters to them. It shows that they are invested in your life, not just in the easy moments, but in the hard ones too. Anybody can love you when life is easy. Anybody can smile with you when everything is perfect. But the person who asks, "Are you okay?" when the storm hits, when life gets messy, when your heart feels heavy, that person is showing real love. See, love is tested in the tough times. It is easy to be present when things are fun and convenient. It is easy to show affection when everything is going well. But real love is proven when you are struggling, when life is challenging, when your confidence wavers, when pain touches your heart. That is when genuine love shows itself. When someone asks, "Are you okay?" they are not just asking words. They are checking in on your soul. They are showing that they care about your happiness, your peace, and your life. That is love in action. That is someone willing to be present in your life when it counts the most. The second question is equally, if not more, revealing, what can I do for you? This question tells you that love is active, that love is willing, that love is ready to step in and help. When someone asks this question sincerely, they are putting your needs above their own. They are saying, "I am here for you. I am willing to take action. I want to support you. I want to make your life easier." That is real love. That is love that doesn't just talk acts. That is love that is committed, intentional, and selfless. Love that asks this question does not measure or keep score. Love that asks this question does not wait for you to ask first. Love that asks this question simply wants to serve, to support, to lift, to ease burdens, and to make your life better. Too many people confuse love with attention, with gifts, with compliments, with texts or calls. Those things can be nice, but they can be superficial. They can be temporary. They can be given without true meaning. But the questions, "Are you okay?" and "What can I do for you?" come from the heart. They are genuine. They are sincere. They are indicators of someone who cares deeply about your life, your feelings, your happiness, and your struggles. And that is why these two questions are so powerful. They show you who is truly invested in you and who is not. They show you who will be there when it matters most and who will vanish when life gets difficult. Let me explain it another way. Real love doesn't just want to enjoy the good times. Real love wants to be present in the tough times. Real love wants to carry your burdens, share your struggles, comfort your heart, and provide support when the world feels heavy. Those two questions are markers of this type of love. When someone asks, "Are you okay?" they are showing that they notice when your heart is hurting. When someone asks, "What can I do for you?" they are showing that they are willing to step in and make a difference, that they are willing to give their time, their energy, and their heart to serve you. That is love in its truest, most actionable form. Love is reciprocal. If you love someone truly, you will naturally ask these questions as well. Love is not passive. Love is not selfish. Love is active, intentional, and consistent. And when both people in a relationship are asking these questions, the bond becomes unshakable, the trust becomes unbreakable, and the connection becomes deep and lasting. That is the kind of love that grows stronger over time. That is the kind of love that endures trials, challenges, and storms. That is the kind of love that makes life meaningful. Pay attention to your relationships. Look closely at the people who are close to you. Are they asking you, "Are you okay?" Are they asking, "What can I do for you?" Are they showing concern for your well-being and taking action to support you? Because when you find someone who asks these questions sincerely, you've found someone who is genuinely committed to your happiness and your life. And if you don't hear these questions, it's a signal. It's a sign that something may be missing, that the love may not be as deep or genuine as it should be. And recognizing that is crucial for protecting your heart and your life. These questions are more than just words. They are proof. They are evidence. They are the language of true love. They show the depth of care, the commitment to your well-being, and the willingness to invest in your happiness. They reveal intentions, priorities, and character. They separate those who are sincere from those who are superficial. They show you who will be there for the long haul, not just when it's convenient, but when it really matters. That is priceless. And here's the best part. When you are with someone who asks these questions, you feel it. You feel seen, valued, and supported. You feel loved in a way that nourishes your heart and strengthens your spirit. You feel safe and secure knowing that someone truly cares about your life, your happiness, and your well-being. That is the kind of love that changes your life. That is the kind of love that builds a strong foundation for the future. That is the kind of love that everyone deserves to experience. So remember these two questions. Are you okay? And what can I do for you? They may seem simple, but they carry massive meaning. They show you the truth about someone's heart. They reveal whether love is genuine or superficial. They show you who is willing to invest in your life and who is not. They show you who will be there when it matters most and who will disappear when life gets hard. And once you understand this, once you recognize the power of these questions, you will never have to wonder about someone's love again. You will know. You will feel it. You will live it. When you find someone who consistently asks these questions, hold on to them, value them, cherish them, appreciate them. Recognize that genuine love like that is rare and precious. And when you experience that kind of love, your life changes, your heart grows, your spirit is nourished, and your relationships reach a level of depth and meaning that is life-changing. That is the power of love that asks the right questions. That is the difference between surface-level affection and real, committed, genuine love.